Hello everybody, it's nice to be here. It is rather late in the evening on Sunday and I will try and get this video out today so that it counts as a Sunday sit down. Of course, you might not watch the video on a Sunday, but whenever you do watch it, I hope that you will take the time to have a nice cup of coffee or tea or whatever takes your fancy and just take a break from your busy schedule. This is a continuation video from last week's Sunday sit down when we were talking about the plastic packaging that is ever more present in the packages we receive in the post. And of course, in last week's video there was a giveaway and I will be announcing the winner today. I've got my cup of coffee, a nice cup of Brazilian coffee. I'm dying to drink it, but it's a little hot. I've just poured it, so that will have to wait. Now, on the back of last week's video, and it was a very interesting video, it got great responses. So thank you for that. But a friend of the channel, Craig, suggested that I make a bit of a feature of companies that have good policies when it comes to being eco-friendly. I thought that was a great idea, and he mentioned a retail company called Agent Shave. It is a British company. And Craig said that they send all their packages out in cardboard boxes with the products wrapped in tissue paper and with ecologically friendly packing. And I contacted Agent Shave and had a very full and frank reply from Agent L, whose nom de guerre is Victoria. And I ordered a couple of items from Agent Shave, a couple of aftershaves. So this video really in part is a shout out to Agent Shave, and I'm going to show you the packaging that I received when the parcel came to the house and talk about that a little bit. I've learned something through this process, so really be pleased to pass that on. I thought I would also talk about the aftershaves that I bought, so perhaps if you think of buying them you'll have more of an idea what you're getting. And then of course I'll announce the giveaway. So my package from Agent Shave. Agent Shave was started, by the way, by a group of shaving enthusiasts that were just fed up of receiving plastic packaging in the post. And I must admit, the box came, here it is, this is how the box came, exactly how the box came. You can see it's not wrapped in plastic, it's not got tons of plastic tape on it. The label itself is just a paper label stuck to the box, and it works very well indeed. The box itself has top secret on it. They do play up the secret agent theme, and I like that, I must admit. But when you open the box, the products were inside, packed between these corn starch pellets. Now, I didn't realise that these weren't polystyrene, but if you drop these in water within a minute, less than a minute, they will turn gloopy and slippy and they will start to disintegrate. So if you have some that you're not sure about, you could drop them in water and that will show you. Over about an hour they practically disappear. But another thing, this was the thing that I found interesting. If you squeeze them, they become very thin indeed. Now, polystyrene doesn't do that. It tends to break up into pieces. So I've learnt something in receiving this package, and I was very pleased to know that, because actually I have some of these that I thought were a plastic product, and they're not. So that was very useful for me. Let me just put that out of the way. Inside the box, the aftershave comes wrapped in, individually wrapped by hand I might add, in black tissue paper, and you can see there is a black Agent Shave paper sticky, what would you call it? Tab, let's call it a tab, to hold the packaging together. So again, no plastic tape, which is really good. Now, Agent Shave do send out a shave on them. Came in an envelope with their logo on it. Inside the envelope is a very cool card with all their details, and maybe you'll notice that their email address is uncle@agentshave.co.uk. I inquired about that, and it is a reference to The Man from Uncle, the American spy drama that was filmed in the late 60s, and I believe it was repeated in the 70s in Britain when I would have watched it. I loved that programme, and yeah, very good. Now there comes in this, and this is where Victoria informed me that they fall down a little bit on their goals, and they'd like a bit of help with this, because the sample shave that they send out comes in a plastic bag. Now, I was informed that they have tried many things, including greaseproof paper and waxed paper, but they found that with some soaps, the scent and some of the moisture sometimes bleed through into the package, and that is the thing they are trying to avoid. So for the time being, it comes in a little plastic bag. Now, if you have any ideas how they can change that, they would be glad to know. So if you have a think about that and pop it in the comments, then I can direct Agent Shave to the comments, and maybe we'll be able to help them out. This is a sample. It's a really good sized sample. At least 2 shaves, maybe 3 there, and that is on them. And this sample is, I believe it might be pronounced Faena, or Faena, anyway, F-A-E-N-A, and this is their Xperia scented soap. It is essential oils of sweet orange, bergamot, lemon and tangerine, and I think that this was picked especially for me because I will love that. Those scents are right up my street. Now, a couple of things that I've thought about with regard to the sample. They're just very simple things. I thought maybe some sort of foil, tin foil, but also because many of you will know that I have issues with noise. I bought some little earplugs a little while ago, and they came in a very small little cardboard pouch, maybe something like that. They are my two ideas. Perhaps you might come up with something better. So there we are, a shout out to Agent Shave, absolutely fantastic. Now what has surprised me more than anything, I think, because plastic is very inexpensive, so I thought that by having good eco-friendly policies and sending out eco-friendly packaging, that the prices would be more expensive, but I've been assured that by Victoria that is not the case, and I have looked on their website and I was very impressed with the prices. In the UK you get free postage if you spend over £15, which is terrific. They informed me that they are trying to influence the, how can I put this? Let me have a sip of coffee. They are influencing, the artisans whose products they sell, and they are very choosy. So, for example, Kerry and Sarah at Phoenix and Bow and Darren at Wickham's are both trying refill pucks for their soaps. So that's great news indeed, that there are artisan soap makers out there that are taking this on board and trying to change the way that we do things. And certainly when those two companies bring out a refillable puck, they will feature on this channel. I think it's a great idea to give airtime to companies that, in my eye, are doing the right thing. Now, I got some aftershave. I got a bottle of Cella, and you can see on the box here it has the date 1899, which is when they started, and I have this gentleman here who I believe is called Felice. I hope that is pronounced correctly. He has been a part of Cella Milano since their advertisements in the 1950s and the 1960s. So you get all that history right on the front of the packet, which I like. The aftershave itself, I found it very difficult to find a good description of this aftershave's scent, but it is a light floral citrus cologne. It's very pleasant indeed on those top notes. It smells slightly citrusy. Comes in a glass bottle, as you can see, but it settles down nicely. It's definitely a cologne. I found that after about 3/4 of an hour, it really settles down into a very subtle scent. Which I like in an aftershave. I do think there should be, excuse me, I'm going more croaky. I do think there should be a little intimacy with an aftershave. I'm not fond of fragrances that really hit you when you walk down the street and you can smell someone else's aftershave or eau de toilette or whatever it may be, eau de cologne. So for me, they work really well. Now, I've had some on my wrist for about 5 hours and it still smells very subtly, very lightly of the cologne, but it's long lasting. And I think for just over £10 it was a very good buy indeed. And I also bought another Cella. Maybe you haven't seen this. This is a Cella Bio Organic Aloe Vera Aftershave. Now, the fragrance profile is written on the Cella website, so I can tell you exactly what this is like. I wish that I had read it before I bought it, but there we go. It is a fruity scent initially, with some spicy pink pepper. Initially it smells beautiful. It is, how can I put it, fruity and warm, and it contains a later scent of sweet labdanum woods. Now, I wasn't sure what labdanum it was, and I had to look it up. It is a resin from the rock rose, and it is used to make an amber scent. It's also used to mimic in perfumes and aftershaves ambergris. So maybe you're getting a little hint of where this is going now. Because it's from a rose, it dries down to a very woodsy smell, and that for me is the part that I don't like. If you like a woodsy smelling aftershave, I think you will love this one. Similar to the Cella Milano, it dries down very quickly. Within about 3/4 of an hour, most of the oomph has gone out of the scent, but it dries down to that woodsiness. I had some on last night for over 5 hours, and I could still smell it when I went to bed. So it is long lasting, but again, it's a more intimate scent. It doesn't project very much. So in conclusion, I would say it's sweet, fruity, and it dries down to a woody smell. I must admit, in terms of this one, I do like the scent, and I think it's very good on my face. It is moisturising, but not overly so. There is a little bit of alcohol in this, but it's a very small amount. I don't find that to be drying myself, because a lot of soaps are over fatted these days, so that works for me. Now, the giveaway. Thank you very much for everybody that took part, but also a very big thank you to Malcolm, who was generous enough to put this up for the giveaway. A great friend of Friendship Shaving. If you've been watching the channel, you know that. Malcolm, thank you once again for your friendship and your generosity. It's absolutely wonderful. So this is the prize that was on offer, the 316 stainless steel razor, new from Edwin Jagger, and that will be going out to somebody who calls themselves Dark Spy. Now, that was picked by a random comment picker, but with the focus of the video being on Agent Shave, I think that the universe must have been working together with me there, because that is, you couldn't make that up, could you? So Dark Spy, congratulations, you are the winner. If you get in touch with me, by the way, it's D4RK5PY. Dark Spy is just how I pronounce it. If you get in touch with me, I will send that out to you anywhere in the world. I would prefer it if you're able to get in touch with me through the Facebook group, Friendship Shaving, and send me a message through Facebook Messenger. Other than that, you can contact me on my email address, which I'll put in the description to this video. Now, just before I finish, I was saying that I received a very good letter from Victoria at Agent Shave. Rather than read that to you, which would be quite boring, I thought I would put it in the description for this video. So if you have a mind to, you can read the full correspondence as it came to me. Now, until next time, you take care of yourselves. Dark Spy, well done, congratulations, and I'll see you all next time around. Take care.